How y'all doing? It's been a while. Curtis Davis, Conversations, and C Minor. Man, this world's still going through this pandemic and this Black Lives Matter movement that's going on, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Today is Prince's birthday and everything. But today, I want to talk about the underrated Beatle himself, Mr. George Harrison. Talk about his albums. Um, it's and he has a good discography. I love it. Starts off with his first solo album, because came out in 1970, that had a lot of songs that he had written while he was in the Beatles, that he had to show John and Paul that he could do it. He had My Sweet Lord, Isn't It a Pity, Beware Darkness, all kind of songs on this album. This is a great album, and I think when he put out this album, I don't think he never did another album like this again. And man, this is a great album, great record. He did a concert for Bangladesh after that, and did the live album concert for Bangladesh, which I have. I'll show you that at the end as well. But the next album he came out with 3 years later, this one here, Living in the Material World, with Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth. This is a great album. Great album. Apple label. Oh man, this is a great record, and it plays like the other one, like that, but it's he kind of got a little religious on it, this and that. Then he went the third album, solo album that he did, 1974, Dark Horse. Dark Horse, the song Dark Horse on here. The song he wrote with what's his name, with Ronnie Wood, Far East Man, is also on this album. Saxophone version. This is a great record. Great record. Awesome. He did a tour, and he didn't really do too well on that tour. He messed his voice up and all that. In '75, he came out with Read All About It, Extra Texture. Had the song You on it. The Guitar Can't Keep From Crying. It's a good record. It's kind of mellowed out. This is a kind of mellow record. Critics talked about it, this and that. People talked about the album, so he got a little bit more poppy and up tempo on this fourth solo album. George Harrison, 33 and a third, came out in 1976. This is another great record. Look at the artwork on it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. He had been going through a lot by that time, but he came back into this a woman. Don't you Cry for Me, Beautiful One, Beautiful Girl. I mean, this is a nice record too. I haven't listened to this one in a long time. I might listen to this one today, actually. Tonight, actually. Then 3 years later, he came back with George Harrison, which is a nice album. Just George Harrison. It has some nice songs on it as well. Let me put my glasses on. I barely see sometimes. Love Comes to Everyone. Not Guilty is an outtake from the White Album. Faster. Blow Away. He had a video for a couple of those songs, I believe. He had a track. John Lennon was killed in 1980, so by the time he came out with his next album, which came out in 81, somewhere in England. He had the song on All Those Years Ago. Yeah, this is a nice record too. Like I say, it's kind of mellow. And these albums, like I say, you have to have years to be able to listen to these albums. You have to be a Beatles fan and a George Harrison fan as well. You got to realize what he does and be able to look at this album. It came out in 1982 with Gone Troppo. And I like this record. I like it. It got an 80s sound to it. But again, it's still a great record. He took some time off, took 5 years off. Hooked up with the guy from, the guy's name from I can't even think of his damn name. Jeff Lynne, yeah, he cooked up with Jeff Lynne from ELO, and they recorded Cloud Nine, which he had a hit with "Got My Mind Set on You," a song that he didn't write. It was a big hit, but he didn't write it. But also, he also on this album it had Devil's Radio, Cloud Nine, which is a great record. A great song. Great song. What's the song on here what's that one where he did the video? What is it? When We Was Fab. When We Was Fab is a great song. And he got like 80 sound and 80 sounding drums, you know. But it's a good album. It did really good for him. And it got him back in the public's eye, really. A lot of people liked it. Then let's see. After that, he came out with the Traveling Wilbury album. Yeah, everybody knows who's on this. This is, you know, I'm not gonna name all the names, but if you know George Harrison, you should know who Traveling Wilburys are. And this came out in '88, and this got him more pumped up. More stuff going on. Here's my copy of Concert for Bangladesh, which came out in '71, which had live songs from All Things Must Pass, plus, you know, some Beatles tracks and things like that. A lot of stuff on this record. Came out with a live album. I dubbed it live in Japan. This came out in '92, but this is I got this a couple of years ago. I had the CD forever. Since '92, I had the CD, and I got this album about 2 years ago. But George Harrison, thank you, George. I love you. Great guitar player, great songwriter, great arranger, everything. You know, John and Paul did that thing, but you did yours as well. Curtis Davis, Conversations in C minor. Mr. George Harrison. I'll see you next time.